to talk about this hay or the this wheat, how it's leaning away from your header, and why you'd like to cut the other direction?
Oh,
so I'm zoomed in on this right here, and he explained how it's kind of trying to fall away.
Yeah, it just picks up so much better. You can cut a little taller if you cut away from or cut into the direction it's leaning.
What do you mean, cut a little higher?
You can
above the ground?
Leave more stubble, yeah.
Right. So you don't have...
Hold your header higher in the air to leave more stubble.
Okay.
And when you cut into it, when you're cutting the same direction it's leaning,
you gotta cut deeper so it'll all make sure it falls in.
Right, and we like to leave as much stubble as possible.
And why is that?
For next year's crop. Catches snow in the winter, shades the ground in the summer. It's just more foliage there laying.
Yeah.
Think of it like a garden. You want to you know, you put foliage on your garden, you know, chopped up grass or whatever to cover the ground. And
right. The bare ground dries out faster.
Exactly.
Covered ground stays a little moisture.
Yep.
And you want to hold as much moisture in the ground. What is it you told me about the snow?
Right. Yeah, and see, it's taller stubble, so if you cut, you know, 6-inch high stubble, you're not catching a lot of snow with it. But if you got 18-inch high stubble, yeah, when you get your
it'll
snows
trap a lot
in,
more snow on the field, and then it slowly melts and soaks in.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yep. And with snow, there's nutrients also.
Right.
So
now, when we turn around, we'll get to the end of this row. We'll turn around, and you'll cut into the stubble.
Correct.
And you'll see the difference of how it falls in. It lays into the that conveyor belt.
Yeah.
It just lays onto the conveyor belt so much nicer and neater.
Yes, sir. Last field for the year.
Yeah.
It's been a great harvest for western Kansas.
Yeah.
And
try to keep my arm down low enough for you.
yeah, we're unloading and talking. So
Yeah.
life is good. It's been a good harvest, one of the best years in a long time. So it was kind of our turn for a good year.
Yeah.
So it was. We've had a lot of bad years. We need good years every now and then. It makes the bankers happier. They put out candy and shit like that when you go in. It's
Oh,
pretty
really?
neat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On bad years, it's like no candy for you.
No candy for you. Kind of like the soup Nazi. No soup for you.
Alright, you're full.
Hey, he ain't full. He's got all kinds of room in there.
He's full enough.
He's full enough to top John off, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. That's something. Well, something. So yeah, it's just been a good year. I think everybody's ready to be done.
Oh, well, look at that.
The next project.
I've got you zoomed in. I'm looking at your mustache hairs. Look at that.
Oh, that's good.
There we go. We're going to have to recut that.
They're like, damn, his nose is big. It's just a picture.
I was zoomed in on that, trying to show you the. So I can cut a lot of this crap out. So, but I was zoomed in on that, and when I turned it around, I forgot to zoom back out. I was zoomed right in on your face. It was the equivalent of what? So this is the very last of the last field, right? We're just finishing up. We'll be done here in another 20 minutes, or 10 minutes probably, right?
20
minutes, yeah.
Right.
This is Tom's ground, right?
Yes, sir.
And is this considered good wheat here? I mean, what are you showing over there?
88 bushel acres. Yeah, this is very good.
This is good for dry land, no irrigation. And this is just north, about what, a mile north of the big hail damaged field? And was there any hail here, or very minor?
Very minor. Okay. There was probably a few stones fell here.
Because even that hail damaged field, the south part of the field was really, really tore up, but the north side was actually almost decent.
It was 50-50 on the north end. Yeah, the south end was basically nothing left of it.
But the protein was out of this world, right?
Yeah.
Now, just real quick, basic, why is protein so high on a hail damaged field versus a perfectly good field?
All crops I think even the grass in a lawn on your house. But all crops, when they stress, they do everything they can to reproduce. They push as much nutrients as they can into the head.
Yeah.
So in wheat, that relates to protein. Okay. So when a crop stresses, which hail wheat stresses, it pushes as much nutrients up into the head to develop, that grain.
It sucks more out of the ground, or what? Where does it get these nutrients?
It takes it from everywhere, from the stalk, from the ground,
the
everywhere
old
it can
leaves.
get.
Okay.
It pushes. Corn is the same way. Good, nice, pretty cornfield. When you're done harvesting it, there's nice stubble left over. You get corn that is stressed by heat
or no water,
or drought.
Yeah.
That corn plant will just cannibalize itself just to try to make an ear to
It'll
reproduce.
sacrifice the rest of the plant to make the kernel as good as possible, so that it can pass on or reproduce into the future.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that plant will take every bit of strength out of its straw to make put a kernel of corn on that ear.
Okay.
And wheat, every crop that I know of is pretty much, wheat's the same way. Our protein is down this year because we have such good wheat in so many bushels.
Yeah, and the individual plant says, it's a good year and we got plenty of nutrients in the seed. We don't have to baby it, so to say.
Yeah, it doesn't have to push more nutrients up there because everything's happy.
Okay.
Except for the hail wheat, and that's why protein.
Okay.
And really, protein's what we want. The problem is that the hail wheat, the bushels aren't there, even though it's got great protein.
Right.
You don't have the bushels there to hold it down. So.
Yeah, some of that field was only what, 10 or
10-ish.
10 bushels per acre.
Yeah.
Compared to a non-hail like this right here is 80, 85.
That would have made 80 if it wouldn't have hailed on it.
Yeah, okay. It would have been just as good as this.
It's the same wheat as this.
Okay.
Yep. Same everything.
The same wheat. I mean, variety.
Variety, everything. It would have
white wheat?
It would have been this wheat here.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't white wheat, but the red wheat in this field did the same as this.
Yeah.
And it was the same variety.
All right, we make this little curved turn here, just slight turn. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you here now we're cutting into the lean. The crop, the individual plants are leaning toward the header. So as it cuts, they easily fall in, and it's just almost like an army marching in, so orderly compared to before. Let me turn you around here. We'll zoom in on this, and you can see that the heads, how they cut and they fall over just perfectly. All in line, marching orders are all well behaved and everything. Whereas before, they were kind of chaotic, and if you cut too high, they can fall out and onto the ground, right?
Correct.
Okay, yeah. This one here, you can cut a little higher because they're all leaning like they're wanting to go into the header, where the other ones were cutting the other way, they're fighting you.
Right, exactly. The reel would have to grab it, try and pull them back in, and you have to cut a little lower so you don't miss as many.
Okay, explain the reel. Right? You did it last year, but the reel, what can you do with that reel? I don't want to mess your cut up here.
As far as?
Well, in and out, up and down, grabbing. You've talked about how you can reach down and grab.
When we're leaning into it, look, I let the reel clear up or don't even touch the wheat.
And it's still following in.
And it's still following in.
Right.
Now it'll start pushing a little bit, but see, I'm not even using the reel now. So you kind of set it different constantly.
Yeah.
For different. Now see, I'm having to cut a lot lower to make that go in.
Right.
So I'll put the reel down
and raise the sickle up slightly.
Raise the whole header up so I can leave higher stubble.
Yeah. So that part of the crop would be real bad because you had to explain to me how this works. So that'll be a bad patch in the cropland next year, right?
Yeah, you won't ever notice it. It'll be all good.
Let's flip her out here. All right. So overall, this was a really, even better than 16, because 16 was a proper crop too, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is the best we've done ever raised.
Okay.
By far. I mean, there's no comparison. That trick will be to see if we can do it a couple years in a row, and then the bank will open up bigger can doors.
instead of lollipops and candy bars out.
Yeah, instead of the little minis, maybe I'll go with the bigger size.
Yeah, okay. All right.
It'll be awesome.
That's how farmers judge their success, is how big the candy bar is.
Yeah,
Oh,
does
Lord.
the banker actually run into the other room, or do they slowly walk into the other room when you come into the bank? So
The part of farming you very seldom see. Oh,
it's
Lord.
all good.
Well, this is the very last cut. Well, yeah, I think he's going to wrap that up. So you're getting ready to do the very last cut here. I'll turn the camera around here shortly, and harvest will be over, at least for the wheat. And then you got your fall crop. What are your fall crops looking like?
Right now they're looking good, but we need a rain.
We almost got rain the other night, but just very little.
Yeah, corn could use a drink right now. It's starting to tassel out, which means it's starting to pollinate itself.
That's when it needs
and
the
that's
rain.
when it needs a rain. And we've been hot and dry here the last couple of weeks. It is time.
Which is good for harvest. We haven't had any shutdowns because of rain and all that. So we had that one night. That only cost us, what, 2 hours that evening? We had to shut down a little early.
Nothing.
And then the next day we were right back to cut because we didn't get much rain at all. So
our biggest slowdown this year was them truck drivers sleeping in till 6 a.m. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. All right, here's the very last of it. Very last. There's the rabbit. There goes the bunny rabbit. Yeah.
Oh, that's Peter.
That's Peter. That's what the coyote's looking for. There was a coyote out here earlier looking around. He's looking for that rabbit right there.
Yeah,
That's the last of it. Woo! We are done with harvest. So I'll bet Farmer Kirk is a happy farmer right now, ain't he?
He's gonna go to bed.
I'll run over the rabbit.
Oh,
There he runs. That's a little cottontail. You got cottontails, and you also have, what are the other ones? Jackrabbits. Yeah. And jackrabbits are about 3 times that size and really, really long ears. So
it's all good. I'm going
it's
to bed.
all good. He is tired. He hasn't had much sleep lately, so. Oh, here I'm zoomed in on him again. There, zoom back out. I keep forgetting the zoom part of this camera. So we are done. Peace out.